Hello everyone, you're welcome to today's session. I want to believe you are all familiar with the rudiment knowledge of what we'll be doing today, because we will be working on pay as you earn. So we'll be using Microsoft Excel to prepare what we call pay as you earn. The short form is PAYE, PAYE. So in a very nutshell, we'll be using an example to prepare pay as you earn. So what I'll be doing is I will start building this template from the scratch, and you see how I linked the little formulas, because what I'll be doing is just a limited version of what you can use Microsoft Excel for. So you can explore more and see how you can build more complex formula. Well, I'll just be using simple formula. I'll just be using simple formula for us, so that we can get ourselves familiar with the interface. Alright, these are our question. These are the data that we need. They said the above data is for Mr. A, who earns a yearly gross income of 1,500,000, and he contributes 2.5% to the National Housing Fund and 8% to his pension contribution. We are required to determine the taxable income of Mr. A and its effective tax rate. Sure, we can get taxable income, but for us to get effective tax rates, definitely we need to know what tax is he paying, and we can from there deduce the effective tax rate. So from the PAYE format, the first thing we need to do is identify the gross income, and the gross income is the addition of earned income and unearned income. From the information we have for the gross income, so what we can do is just equal to, find your equality sign, and then you pick your yearly. We are not dealing with the monthly, we deal with the year. So that's the annual income now, the annual gross income 1.5. Now we'll talk about the consolidated relief allowance. I'm sure you're all familiar with the consolidated relief allowance, and the first thing you need to work on is you need to find an option. That is, you need to calculate 1% of your gross income, and there is a fixed 200,000. Whichever is higher in between your 1% of gross income and 200,000 is what you pick, and then you add it to your 20% of your gross income. So let's do this little calculation. So we'll say equal to, then we can just say SUM, open brackets, this is our gross income, and multiplied by that's 1%. 1% will be 1 divided by 100. 1 divided by 100. So you can just close your bracket, and you press enter. So I'm sure you know how I got this, and this 200,000 is fixed. So 200,000 is fixed. So whichever is higher here, it is 200,000. So definitely pick our 200,000 equal to 200,000. So we are good with that. Everywhere is linked together. Let me just make sure I delete them, and I can show you how I did that. Okay, then 20% of our gross income, we can just come here and say equal to SUM, open bracket, this is our gross income, divided by, that will be 20 divided by 100. 20 divided by 100, close our bracket and press enter. No. Okay, what we'll do is equal to SUM, say equal to SUM, open bracket, this, close the bracket, divided by, or multiply by 20 divided by 100. That's how we get 20%. So that's 300,000. So what we'll do is we'll come towards this area and we'll add both figures together, this and this. So we have 500,000. So we'll move to the exemptions. Do Mr. A have any exemptions? Oh, good. He has he contributes 2.5% to the National Housing Fund and 8% to his pension contribution fund. So these are the exemptions that we have. I'm sure you're all familiar with it now. So, and then for you to calculate pension, it will be 8% of the basic pay, that's the annual, the housing allowance, and the transport allowance. So what we'll do here is equal to SUM. Let's pick the basic pay, the housing allowance. We are adding everything together. So, and after adding everything together, we'll multiply them by, okay, let's close the brackets, then multiply by, that's 8%, that would be 8 divided by 100, so that's 113,400. So these are little formulas. National Health Insurance Scheme, it does not have. Life Insurance Policy, it does not have. National Housing Fund, so that's 2.5% of basic pay. You can just see short formula, that's equal to this basic pay multiplied by, that's 2.5, that's 2.5 divided by 100. So we are good. So what are the tax-free pay? Tax-free pay is the addition of your reliefs and exemptions. Addition of your reliefs and exemptions. So let's have, for exemptions here, let's add it together equal to SU here. So we can just pick all these we have here, okay, and then let's add both of them together. So equal to this plus this. Okay, now for us to get our taxable income, we need to less this tax-free pay from the gross income. So we'll say equal to this minus this. So that's our equal to this not minus 0, this minus this. So that's 868,300. Now we'll now move to tax band. I'm sure you're all familiar with the tax band as well, so to not to take off much of our time, and for you to calculate tax band, you need to understand all these fixed percentage, and then you need to understand this this value that we always have. So the first one we have says for every naira of the first 300 naira you can find in this your taxable income, you need to calculate 7% of it. And what you just do is from here, will you be able to remove 300,000 from here conveniently? Sure, we can remove, and it will still have like 600,000 left. So then we'll come here and say equal to SUM, so open bracket 300,000, then divided by, okay, sorry, that should be multiplied by 7 divided by 100, that's 7%. So that is that about it. So the next one is we can just work on some simple calculation here. 868 300, and trust me, you have been able to remove 300,000. You have been able to remove 300,000, so we can say equal to this minus this. So we still have 568 300. So, and we can still conveniently deduct 300,000 from this value. So we still come here and say equal to SUM, open bracket, and multiply by, that will be 11%, 11 divided by 100, and we'll have our enter, and then if we come here, we input about 300,000. So if you drag this down, we still have 268,300, and it's not up to this 500,000. So what we need to do is we need to make sure we use this amount, we multiply it by this fixed percentage. So what we need to do is just use the fixed percentage for this amount. So equal to SUM, open brackets, that's 268 300 multiply by That's 15 divided by 100. So you can press enter and then you have your figure. So we are good with the tax band, and we sure can have the PAYE per annum now. That's the tax is paying. So it will be the addition of this your tax band. So that's 94,245. So out of 1,500,000, it will be paying 94,245 per annum as pay as you earn. So to get the monthly pay, that will be equal to this divided by 12. So for every month where he receives 125,000, he is paying 7,853.75. So what is the effective tax rate? The effective tax rate can be gotten by saying equal to your PAYE per annum, divided by your gross income. Your gross income. So 6.28%. So whenever you need to calculate tax for Mr. A on your payroll, you will get to that in our next lecture. And what you are using is this fixed effective tax rate that you'll be using, so that you can make sure you have his PAYE per annum correctly. So, and once you've done this, the next thing you need to do is just work on yourself and see if you can, explore more. So guys, this is just a simple analogy of what you can actually use Microsoft Excel for. You see, this is just a baby format of calculating a PAYE. So I trust you to explore more, as I said earlier, and you can build more complex formula to calculate your tax band, and make sure you keep grinding. So guys, see you in our next video. Thank you, and do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you.